Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Da-da-da-da.
I thought I was doing the intro. You're rude. I'm leaving.
No, don't come back.
I'm leaving.
No, come back. Do your intro.
Hey everyone, welcome to Drunk on Knowledge. I am Angeline.
And I'm Andrew.
And
We are Drunk on Knowledge.
so today we're going to be talking astrology again. This is part 4?
3, 2,
I think
1.
It's 4.
Part 1.
I think it's part 4. You'll know for sure by the title, but anyways, we need to do our cheers before we get into it. Andrew, what are we cheersing to?
Today we are cheersing to all of the families who lost people during, well, actually any shooting, but the one that's on our mind right now is the Pittsburgh shooting. My sister lives there, and
she was really affected by
Yeah.
it. So cheers to all of you guys. You guys are in our thoughts. And
absolutely,
prayers to all of those people out there.
absolutely. And also cheers to my birthday coming up on a lighter note.
How do you feel? You're going to be 22.
I
don't know
basically
about
am
you,
22.
But I'm feeling 22. you
Yeah,
know?
I'll just play that song
Is that
on
your
repeat
anthem?
all year.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
So, astrology. What
Yeah.
about it? What is it? Who
it-
wants to know about it?
Me.
Okay, yeah, today we're going to be talking about astrology and specifically
The planets.
Wow, look at that. That wasn't even planned.
It was harmony.
Yeah. Anyways, so the planets are really important in astrology because they make up a lot of someone's personality. As you will see when we go through the planets, definitely see how that comes about.
Oh, and by the way, we're drinking green juice.
Oh, yeah, we didn't say what we're drinking. We're drinking green juice.
We're drinking some naked juice.
Naked. It's a kale flavored blend. Yum. So,
Ugh.
with
Green juice, am I right? So, what about planets?
so when you're reading your birth chart,
God, get to the freaking topic, man.
if you would let me,
What are you talking about?
with your birth chart, you are the center, which represents the sun. That is you. And all the planets go around you, and there are so many different combinations of planet placement. So that's really crazy if the people out there who are like, astrology is dumb because there's only like 12 signs and you can only be 12. How could that be? Well, duh.
Wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. It has to do with a lot of things and not just the signs. So that's why the planets are really important. And when you're looking at your birth chart and trying to decipher the planets for yourself, you want to look at where the planet is in the sign. So you'd be like, your Mars is in Gemini, or your Venus is in Taurus, like me.
Your what? Your
Venus is in
Venus,
Taurus.
not Venus.
No,
Okay.
mhm.
Venus.
Yeah, Venus.
Got you.
Planets, you know?
Yep.
So let's jump into it. And we're pretty much going to go in order of the planets.
We're
here.
just gonna dive in.
So the first planet is Mercury.
Fun fact about Mercury, it is named after an ancient Roman god.
Ooh, shocker.
Isn't that fun? It actually is a shocker. It's like
Is it?
weird because when I was doing my research, it's like it goes between Roman and Greek. Actually, it's mostly Roman, and then there's one Greek.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a little bit more about Mercury. Mercury, the god, was the god of communication, commerce, luck, boundaries, trickery, and thieves. Also known as god of many faces, also known as messenger of the god. Known and depicted as being able to travel through life and death. He is the guide to the underworld. He is often depicted with his caduceus, the symbol you see in certain medical things. It's like a wand or a staff with wings at the top and 2 snakes intertwining on the handle. He also wore some dope winged sandals and a dope winged hat.
Yeah, when people think of Mercury, I think it's also Hermes and
Yeah, Hermes, the
Yeah.
one from Hercules that's like blue and
yeah.
wears those
So
cool glasses.
so that him.
Yeah, that guy.
That be him. And Like Andrew was saying, this god is all about communication, and that's what Mercury has in your life. So it is all about the mind. It's the planet of the mind, intelligence, reasoning, memory, speech, writing, anything to do with communication.
Yep.
So, like, it tells you how talkative you are. You Geminis, I'm talking about you. And, fun fact, Geminis and Virgos are ruled by Mercury. So, if you are a Gemini or Virgo, you probably feel Mercury pretty strong. Even if it's not in your said zodiac sign.
It's true.
Anyways.
Love that.
Yeah, so it just is pretty much about those kind of things. The kind of questions that you would be asking are like, are you well, or do you open up to strangers, or do you only open up with your friends? Are you the kind who can just like rush off and go somewhere and like without a moment's notice? Or it just answers those kind of life questions.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
How fun is that? Super.
And a little bit about like actual astronomy. What is it?
Astronomy is
Yeah.
real.
Astronomy. I get them so confused. I don't know why. But it is the second smallest planet
Ooh.
in our
Only
galaxy.
second to Pluto.
Pluto. And it travels really fast around the sun. And a Mercury year is 88 days, which is crazy because we have 365, as you know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fast, but it's also really close, so it makes sense. Its orbit is smaller.
It's true.
Mercury is really hard to see because it's usually right in front of the sun when we're trying to look at it, or when we can look at it.
Yeah, it's not visible most of the year.
So it makes 2 revolutions, which like spins, so like a day. Votes, that's what a day would be, in every 3 rotations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it has like 2 days for every 3 years.
What?
Oh, wait, no.
So
it's the other way around. It has 3 days in every 2 years.
Okay.
So it spins really slowly, but it orbits the sun really fast.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
And since it's really close to the sun, it is usually not very far off from your actual sun sign.
Okay. That makes sense.
So for me, my Mercury is in Gemini.
Mm.
Oh, wait. What's my Mercury in? Crap.
Uh-oh.
It's in Aries. I'm sorry.
Ooh. Big
And
mess up.
that's 1 sign away from Taurus, which I am.
Oh, okay. I
So
see.
it's not that far off. It's either in your sun sign or like a sign over or whatnot. So that's a little bit about Mercury.
Oh, wow. Awesome. What's next? Venus?
Venus. Fun fact, I have the Venus sign tattooed behind my ear because Venus has a really big impact on my life.
Oh, wow.
On my life.
Tell me more.
I'm a Taurus, and Taurians are ruled by Venus.
Wow.
And also my Venus is in Taurus.
Oh, my God. That's just so much Venus.
So much Venus.
You know something else that's pretty fun facty about Venus?
Huh.
All these fun facts that I just did all this research on.
Tell me about it.
Venus is an ancient Roman goddess, the goddess of love, beauty, and desire, also known as Mother of Rome. Venus
They
gave the
call me
people...
mother.
Yeah, true. Venus gave the people success in military and sex, along with good fortune and prosperity. She was born from a chemical reaction between a god's single bloody testicle and the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah, really, it's a intense story. But we'll get more into that when we get to Uranus.
Oh.
Uranus. Her symbols
Mine?
were 2 types of flowers, roses and myrtle. That's like a red rose and like a white, weird-looking flower.
That's her sign?
Yeah, they're like flowers. Isn't that weird? Those flowers were actually used a lot in Roman weddings, and women would give an offering to Venus before their wedding.
Interesting.
Very.
Wow. Okay. So, along with Venus, the goddess, Venus controls love and pleasure and anything surrounding that. So, like the capacity to show affection. Do you show a lot of affection or do you not? Do you do it in private? Do you like public affection? All those kind of things. And how you enjoy beauty is a big thing about Venus also. It also tells a lot about your sex appeal. So what you got to offer.
To offer?
Yeah, to offer. Like,
Oh,
are you
okay.
like really flirtatious or
Hmm.
like are you reserved?
I want
That
to know
kind of
more
stuff.
about my Venus.
You know about your Venus.
Well, I just want to brush up on it. Go
And a little bit different about Venus and how it controls your life. Controls your life. That sounds ominous. Where creatively you strive. It says a lot about that too.
Interesting.
And it tells about how you like would decorate your house. Are you all about decorating your house? Are you not? Does that not matter to you? Or how you work with others also, like keep the peace. How you keep the peace, you know?
Got you. Okay.
So yeah.
Interesting. Moving right along
Wait.
to... Oh, okay.
I have what's the word?
I don't know.
Astronomical.
Oh, okay. Astronomical.
What the hell? Okay. See, I get these confused.
I can tell.
So, along with Taurus, Venus also controls Libra, or is the ruling planet of Libra.
Awesome.
And like just like Mercury, it's really close to the sun, so it's usually not that far off from your sun sign.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, Venus is known as the sister planet to Earth since it's so similar in size, shape, and density.
Mm-hmm.
Its orbit is almost a perfect circle.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, too.
So that's pretty cool. And its year is 225 days. So it's revolution.
Yeah.
Is that what that's called? And we weren't able to see it until the 1960s, which is really interesting because there's so many clouds and its atmosphere, Venus's atmosphere around it, like really.
Are you sure about
Yeah.
that? No, we didn't see it until 1960.
I mean, probably some people did, but like, it's clouds around it really like.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure. I wasn't trying to find Venus in the 1960s, so
Yeah, me neither.
it's just what I've heard, you know.
Yeah.
What makes it shine and shimmer are its gases surrounding it. So that's what makes it super glimmery and pretty in the sky once we are able to see it.
Okay.
Yeah. That be Venus.
Interesting. Moving to Mars, an ancient Roman god, the god of war, also known as guardian of Rome, also known as father of Rome. He was represented as a masculine. Oh, he represented masculine aggression and also peace through military action, whereas Ares, his Greek equivalent, developed a bad
What?
reputation in Greek mythology with his short temper and aggressiveness and was the least popular Olympian god.
Wow.
Yeah, so when Rome adopted the religion and all of that, they made Mars like they made it seem like military action created peace so that they could be like a huge military force. Isn't that interesting?
That's
Um,
something. That's what that is.
Another fun fact, March is named after him.
March.
He was usually depicted with a helmet and spear, and he really, really, really liked woodpeckers, bears, and wolves. That was like sacred to him. Those were like his animals. Like he was down with those guys.
So those were like, he connected.
Yeah. Like
There's
those
something
were his
deeper
buddies.
there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're probably like really good bros. They probably like smoked weed together and stuff.
Yeah, probably. So Mars in astrology, it's just like the god. There's a pattern here. That's why we did the research we did. There's
true.
a pattern. So Mars controls your physical energy, sex drive, aggressiveness, temperament, and how you would take action, your boldness, and your willpower. And so, you know, are your sexual relationships quarrelsome is what the book
Ooh,
uses.
quarrelsome.
So do you fight a lot? Do you lose your temper quickly?
Yes.
Do you have like this coldness to you, and then like, or like heated anger? Like these are the questions that Mars will answer in your sign. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's really interesting. And also the only sign that this planet rules is Aries. So I thought that was interesting that you said also known as Aries.
AKA Aries.
Aries be all Marsy, like
Mm,
super quick and
y-
aggressive
yeah.
and
y-
all
uh,
that. And a little what's the word again?
Astronomical.
Okay, that. Uh so Mars is half the size of Earth, which is crazy.
Whoa, it's only half the size?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought it was like bigger than us. But okay, that's interesting.
Almost a full day is like ours. It's only a little bit longer. It's about like 37 minutes longer.
Wow, that's like pretty close.
Yeah, it's really close.
Does it revolve around the sun about the same as us too?
No, it's about almost twice. It's 687 days.
Whoa!
Yeah,
That's
isn't
like
that crazy?
that is pretty crazy. Dang.
And every 15 years, it comes close to Earth. So closer than any other planet in the whole
Whoa.
galaxy. It gets really close, and that's why, you know, those years you could really see Mars. It's like right there. It's this big red.
I wonder if those are the years that we
Paint.
have like the worst wars.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Interesting.
So interesting.
So interesting.
Oh my god.
Do you know
so
what else is interesting?
What's so interesting?
Jupiter,
Whoa.
which is the next planet.
Jupiter, what's up? Also known as Zeus in Greek mythology, it is a Roman god. He is the god of the sky, thunder, and weather. Also known as supreme god. Also known as king of the gods. Symbols are an eagle and a
Ooh,
thunderbolt.
an eagle. Nice choice.
He had no control during the night. His role was
What?
taken over by Saminus, or Sumanus, god of nocturnal thunders and night sky. He had importance in making oaths back in ancient Rome, such as, "May Jupiter be my witness, I will never drink again," says every alcoholic. He was part of a gang. People prayed to the Capitoline Triad, made up by Jupiter, Juno, and Minerva. Also, brother to Pluto and Neptune.
Is this the only one that's Greek?
No.
Oh.
No, he is an ancient Roman god, but his Greek counterpart was Zeus.
Okay, so this is the only one that I'm not seeing like the pattern. By the way, I didn't do the research Andrew did, so he's bringing this to the table, and I'm bringing like the others to the table.
Mm-hmm,
So Jupiter in astrology is all about good luck, optimism, success, generosity. Most areas where you can expand in your life, where you'll find good luck.
I think the thing is that the first couple ones are named after like Roman gods that were later down the line. Jupiter, Neptune, Saturn, all these ones were like in the beginning. Like they were like the OGs of gods. So they don't have those like
The same-
like attributes of like
Yeah.
worldly stuff, you know.
I see. Okay, that's interesting because like a lot of the later planets they were discovered later on.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Wow.
How backwards.
Whoa.
Anyways, Jupiter, it's all about like opportunity, good things that come to you, and blessings. It's all about like what's good in your life and what comes to you that's good. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the questions you could answer: are you generous? Do you seem to attract success through like close people or just people that you come in contact with? Are you able to turn your ideas into profit? Does luck work for you when you need it the most? All these questions can be answered by Jupiter in your birth chart.
I answered no to every single one of those questions.
So, what's the word again? You need to start saying this word for me.
Gastrointestinal.
Yeah. That. Astronomical. I got it now.
There you go. Okay.
It took me a few times, but we got there.
I'm glad.
Personal growth. Anyways, The biggest.
Your Jupiter is strong. Wait. Okay, go.
So Jupiter is the biggest of all of the planets. It
Wow.
can fit all the planets and have even more room. It still has room even if you fit all the planets in our galaxy.
How many Earths can you fit in Jupiter?
300.
Whoa!
Not 100.
Not 200.
300.
Ah!
But the thing is, it is super hot. It's like
Hot,
3,400
Girl, we
degrees
got it.
Fahrenheit.
Hot. Hot. Hot.
So that's crazy.
How many degrees?
You know, if you weren't trying to sing over me, you would have heard.
You're not wrong.
3,400.
That's a lot.
Yeah. A day in Jupiter is about 9 hours and 50 and a half minutes.
That's a short day. That's a
Yes,
huge
very,
planet.
very short. Yeah, and that's the thing. It spins so fast for how big it is.
Yeah, that's huge. Wow. Okay.
And it orbits the sun in a little under 12 years because, it's far. It's far
It's
away.
farther. Okay, that
In
makes
12
sense.
Earth years, I should say. There's a big gap in between it and Mars, which is the previous planet. And a lot of astronomers they say that there could have been another planet there.
Yeah, a lot of them do, but in reality, there's the
Asteroid belt.
asteroid belt. Yes.
Yeah, so that's where the asteroid belt is located. And a lot of them say that the asteroid belt is like remnants of that.
That planet
planet,
that used
yeah.
to be there, maybe.
Yeah, that's what they be saying.
They'd be like, "This is a theory."
The rumors in the break room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they talk about.
Damn it,
You know?
Teresa.
Oh, and I didn't say the only sign that is ruled by Jupiter is Sagittarius. So,
Oh wow.
you lucky ass bitches.
Ooh. Moving right along.
Yeah.
The next dude, or god, I mean, is Neptune, brother to Jupiter. He is an ancient Roman god, also known as. Oh wait, he's the god of the sea, springs, lakes, and rivers.
I think you skipped over some.
What did I do?
Saturn and Uranus.
Oh, I totally did. Isn't that awesome? I don't know what happened.
Let's backtrack.
Okay, so Saturn.
Not Neptune, but Saturn.
Saturn is wow, awesome. Welcome to Drunk on Knowledge. Saturn is an
And we're not even drunk.
ancient Roman god, god of wealth, agriculture, dissolution, plenty, generation, and liberation. Also known as god of time. Any period of time associated with him was a time of wealth. He has been depicted in many ways through many civilizations and religions, and is associated with time and death. His symbols are, in some cases, a scythe and an hourglass, and he is sometimes depicted as quote-unquote death or quote-unquote the Grim Reaper. There was a huge ceremony under Roman rule to celebrate him called Saturnalia. It was actually similar to Christmas, but with that Roman spunk, with lots of orgies and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
Romans
Great.
be doing their Roman thing.
Christmas, but not Christmas.
Yeah. Similar to Christmas, not Christmas.
But not
yeah, like
Christmas.
people like gave gifts and there was like big feasts and
Oh,
stuff.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good for them.
Yeah. You go
Having not
Romans.
Christmas.
You have your Saturnalia.
So, like the previous planet, this one is a little bit different in astrology.
Because
Saturn is all about ethics, and it is like the force that disciplines us before we can discipline ourselves.
whoa.
So it's all about like hard lessons and what you can get out of tough times, It brings those it teaches us the lessons we must learn in life.
Got you. Okay.
So I think that's pretty cool.
So like don't touch hot stuff.
Yeah, that's a hard lesson that needs to be learned.
Yeah. You know what else is a pretty fun fact about Saturn?
What?
Saturday is named after it.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't see the correlation.
Me neither. What?
Yeah, okay. Anyways, it's all about like discipline, self-control,
Ew.
and delays. And it also can be like delays in life. So like what could set you back, and integrity. It's a lot about integrity and how you can handle things, how you can overcome things.
Interesting.
The questions that you can answer are you able to stick with a task until it's done? Do you at times feel beset by problems or obstacles at every turn? Would other people call you stubborn? You sometimes feel lonely and depressed. And the only sign that is ruled by Saturn, right? Saturn, is Capricorns. And I could really see that in Capricorns.
Yeah, me too.
In the previous astrology parts, we went into depth about Capricorns. I feel bad for them a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
But, anyways, an astronomical look at Saturn.
Gastrointestinal.
It moves really, really slowly. It's a
Oh.
steady pace, kind of slow.
Yeah, kind of like a turtle.
Do you know how many years? Earth years. Without
Um,
looking at my notes, geez, cheater.
I read it before, and I'm trying to pull from my memory. It takes.
20.
Oh, I thought it was 30. Okay.
29 and a half. It's almost.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were close. Saturn is shown as a yellow glow in the sky when we can see Saturn.
Ooh.
It used to be the least interesting planet.
Until.
But the rings.
Hey, but
Look,
the
it has
rings though.
rings. And not just like one ring or like two rings. It has like thousands of rings.
On the planet's surface.
Yes.
But only one.
One
going
like
around it.
main ass
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
No,
Which
like-
I didn't know.
What?
I didn't know it had multiple rings. I thought it only had the one around it.
Huh. Oh. 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 Interesting. So like they lie horizontally and they're like different. Okay. We're all good now. I'm
Yeah.
following. I'm tracking.
But the rings.
Yeah, there's like lots.
Yeah.
And now it's all special.
Yeah, now
The
it's all
irony.
special. Right?
Wow.
Lesson learned.
Gosh. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Pay attention to Saturn.
That's the lesson.
Moving right along. These next three planets are, in astrology, are like generational. So they have a bigger gap since it's farther away from the sun. So Uranus is a little bit like too close, but Neptune and Pluto I will get into like our generation.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I'll explain a little bit
mhm.
our generation.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
So Uranus is an ancient Greek god. This is the only Greek god of all of the planets. It's the god of the sky, facts, and information. Known as Father Sky or one of the OG gods.
OG.
Both the son and husband to Gaia or Mother Earth, which I thought was really weird, but whatever. No one really agrees on his creation though. Like there's lots of stories on that. I think people got like kind of weirded out about the
You're
whole
like, whoa.
yeah, so they were like, "Nah, he had like a father. It's whatever." And Gaia and Uranus gave birth to a bunch of ugly babies, and so Uranus like threw those bitches away to prevent
Rude.
mutiny. And so one baby was Kronos, who Gaia asked to cut off one of Uranus's nuts, and he threw it into the sea, and that was the birth of Aphrodite,
Wow.
also known as Venus.
Full circle.
Wow.
So in astrology, Uranus is all about like sudden events, revolutionary ideas and whatnot.
Ooh.
Changes pretty much, and like originality. So like change and originality is pretty much the trademark of Uranus.
Interesting.
It also gives purpose to the power you hold. So it's like Mars, but it gives purpose. It guides the force behind the visionary, is what the book said. And by the way, I didn't mention the book in this podcast, but what is this book called? It's right in front
The
of me.
only astrology book you'll ever need.
By Joanna Wolffolk. Oh, crap.
Wow.
Wow, look at
Oh,
that. I
first
did it
try.
right on the first try. So, the questions that you can answer in your Uranus birth chart is: do you often take action that has no rhyme or rhythm or reason? Are you attracted to unusual line of work and people? And just those kind of questions, you know?
Totally.
A astronomical look on Uranus is it's 4 times larger than the Earth. 84 years it takes to orbit around the sun,
That's a long
and
time.
7 days to. Oh, 84 years and 7 days. I'm sorry. But an hour or a day on Uranus is 10 hours and 49 minutes.
So it's got a short day and a
Long ass year.
super long year.
Yeah. And an interesting thing is it spins on its side.
Oh yeah, that's one of those weird ones.
Yeah, and I think that's really interesting because it is the planet of change and originality.
Yeah,
And that's pretty original.
that is pretty original.
I'm a spin on my side.
Mm.
So it's kind of like the black sheep of the solar system because it's weird, you know?
Ooh, it's the blue sheep though, because it's a blue planet.
That's Neptune, I thought.
Uranus is very blue also.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's like
Wow.
super blue.
Look what I don't know. The only sign that is ruled by Uranus is. I'm confused, actually.
What?
Oh, it's Aquarius. I'm sorry.
No worries, man.
I
I got lost in all that writing on that page there.
Yeah, I had a sticky note on what it was ruled by just so I could remember, and I put it down over here.
On the wrong.
Yeah, because I was like
Oops.
trying to read it. Anyways, yeah.
Drunk on knowledge. Welcome.
And we're not even drunk. Welcome.
Oh. Moving right along.
Yeah.
Back to Neptune.
There we go. We're
Neptune,
back.
an ancient Roman god, lord of horses, also known as friend of charioteers. He was the god of the sea, springs, lakes, and rivers. Brother of Pluto and Jupiter, son of Saturn. The three bros beat up Saturn in an epic boss battle and then split the world into three. Jupiter took the sky, Neptune took the sea, and Pluto the underworld. He had a Neptune had a really bad temper and made really bad weather, like hurricanes and like all that bad stuff, and also had an ability to make earthquakes happen. Basically, a huge
Whoa.
asshole, and he created horses. Horses.
Huge asshole created horses.
That's what my notes say.
I love that. So in astrology, Neptune is all about mystery and illusion.
Oh.
This is the most mystic planet, so it shows like, do you have psychic abilities pretty much?
Oh wow.
It's like it's all about like the dream life too, the
Oh, that's
illusion
cool.
of things. And the only sign that is ruled by Neptune is Pisces, which is a very mystical sign, you'd say.
Yeah, it's the most mystical sign.
It is the most mystical. So, yeah. And like I said, these three planets, especially Neptune and Pluto, are generational. So I will get into that right now. So in the years of 1970 to 1984, Neptune was in Sagittarius. So in this time, Neptune's powers gave a very uplifting, and it brought higher learning and philosophy and freedom.
I love
the
philosophy
world.
and freedom.
Yeah, you do. Brings desire of liberty and truth to the world. Bring help in improving third world countries, which I thought that was like really random. It says it
Yeah,
very,
that is
like,
really
to
random.
improve third world country. Well, I guess that makes sense because Sagittarius is all about like traveling.
Okay,
So.
sure.
I guess that makes sense. I see you, Neptune and Sagittarius. And it brought more access to culture because, the whole traveling deal. Neptune in Capricorn, 1984 to 1998. So this is kind of like the generation we're in.
So what does that mean, generational? Like, I don't get it.
It's a bigger span of time that Neptune is in. So, like I said, Neptune in Sagittarius is from 1970 to 1984.
As opposed to
Like, it changes like really quick.
with
Even like
with
minutes.
like Mars.
Yeah, with like Mercury, which is the closest one,
Uh-huh.
it changes like really fast.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's why I'm saying it's generational, where it's like a big chunk of time.
Oh.
Since they're so far, it takes a while
Got
to get
you.
through all the signs. So Neptune in Capricorn, which is 1984 to 1998. In 1984, the dates that it is in is January 1st through the 3rd and May 2nd to November 5th. And if you are in 1998, you are not included in Capricorn if you are from January 28th to August 21st or November 27th to December 31st. Your Neptune is actually in Aquarius, which I will get to. So Neptune in Capricorn, it's all about like practical and concrete. It's bringing the uplifting part from Sagittarius and just like taking a break, and like bringing, what is it called? Stability to the world. So it's bringing great courage once committed to a purpose. It makes use of the ideas from the previous generation, like I was saying. And it's pretty interesting that it brings creative insight for things that are earthly. So like construction and like natural resources and whatnot.
Or
Which is
like
pretty cool.
art.
No, like earthly things. Like actual earth, like dirt and like rocks
Oh, I hate that.
and like stuff like that.
I hate dirt.
So that's pretty interesting. And so the next one is 1998 through 2011. And Neptune is in Aquarius at this point. So we went through like an uplifting part, and then we went through like a stagnant part, and then we're going to go back into like an uplifting part. So Neptune in Aquarius brings high ideals and social justice. It's always like these people are concerned about others. They're very visionary. They're visionaries.
Okay.
And they want to build for a great future.
Wow.
I said future. But I
Ooh,
meant future.
featuring Neptune.
Yeah. So yeah, we can.
Is that your new song? Is that on your mixtape?
Featuring Neptune. Hell yeah. So an astronomical look at Neptune. We've never observed Neptune by taking a trip. Like nothing has ever like gone to Neptune.
Interesting.
So we don't really like know exactly what's there.
Something flew by Neptune.
Yeah, but we've never gone there, which adds to its mystery and illusion part.
Oh, wow.
So it was first sighted in 1791, which is pretty recent.
That is pretty recent.
And it's super hard to spot. And just like Saturn, it has rings, which is pretty interesting. It's not like as prominent as Saturn, but it got a few.
Yeah, okay. Got you. I still don't see how we saw Neptune before we saw Venus. Like, I'm pretty sure we saw Venus way before
I'm pretty
Neptune.
sure people saw Venus, but not like they knew that Venus was behind the clouds, but not like the actual. Maybe like traveling to Venus? I don't know what they actually really meant by that.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Continuing on to the next fun fact about astronomical Neptune.
That was it. There wasn't. I didn't gather much.
Oh, it's mysterious. I forgot.
It's very mysterious.
I forgot. It's my bad.
But keep up with the illusion.
But like for really moving on.
Yeah.
To Pluto.
The last
planet. God.
Thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pluto is and was both an ancient and Greek god, which is interesting. It's super interesting because Pluto is associated with being able to. It's like death and rebirth. It's associated with like being able to go between worlds and between things.
Yeah.
So it's super interesting that the name is present in both Greek and Roman mythology.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, cool.
That is really crazy.
And another thing, he went through like 3 names or like 3 or 4 names. It was like a lot. But Pluto, as far as ancient Rome is concerned, he was the father of gods. He was the lord of wealth, god of the underworld, wealth, and agriculture.
Hmm.
He had a cool dog with three heads.
Oh, he's the owner of that.
Yes, Cerberus, or I think that's what it's called.
I don't know,
I
but
can't remember.
yeah.
But yeah, god of the under. He had like that cool dog with the three heads. It guards the underworld. His symbol is the pomegranate, which is the fruit of the underworld.
Hmm.
Depicted with a hat, a scepter, and a key. The key is to the underworld. The hat was given to him by some other god to help him be in. Oh no, it was given to him by a cyclops to help him be invisible.
Wow.
And then the scepter is just like for protection. Pluto fell in love with his niece Persephone and kidnapped her, and like made her like stay with him and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And eventually, Mercury got sent down to try and reason with him. But Pluto had one condition.
Of course,
She
Mercury
had
would.
to marry Pluto and stay with him for 6 months out of the year. And Persephone is actually the goddess of agriculture and like fruitfulness.
Yeah.
So that's where you get your seasons from. It's like
Persephone.
Persephone.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah. But
You're the
like,
true MVP.
what the heck, Pluto?
What the heck?
Seriously. She's your niece. Leave her alone.
Okay, but you didn't make anything about Uranus.
What?
He was the husband and son of
Oh,
Gaia.
no. That wasn't Uranus. That was
Oh,
that was
I thought that was.
uh Saturn. Oh, yeah, no, that was Uranus. But also I did make a thing about that.
Yeah, you kinda did.
So like
Anyways, so just like kind of like the god where you're saying it kind of went in between things.
yeah.
Pluto's really difficult to understand in astrology because it's like it's all about death and rebirth, like you said, and you're like, okay, how can those things work together?
Yeah.
So let's say like you get denied from a job, but when you were outside, someone was like, hey, you look like you need a job here, and you get handed the best job of your life. That's Pluto working its magic right there. And it's just crazy that those like two energies are like combining in one, and that's why I feel like it's so hard to understand. It brings light to things you all of a sudden understand. So like that light bulb moment in your head when all of a sudden you're like, I understand now. What the fuck? It's that. It's that. Very that.
Very that.
And I think the biggest thing that I like, it's easy to understand by this quote is it represents the highest and the lowest parts of humanity. Yeah.
I like that.
So, astronomical view of Pluto.
It's
And
not a planet.
it's a dwarf planet.
Yeah.
Its discovery was in 1930, which is even more recent.
Yeah, it's super
which is
recent.
crazy. It's super hard to find. You can't see it with your naked eye, obviously. You will definitely need a telescope for that one.
True. You know what else is naked?
This juice.
This green juice. Hey.
It's super duper tiny. It's half the size of Mercury. So, you know.
Which is the smallest planet.
Okay. What do you have against Pluto?
Nothing.
You're ruled by it. You're a Scorpio.
Yeah, that's...
By the way, the only sign that's ruled by Pluto is Scorpio.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, by the way. Just to, point it out. And it orbits very strangely. It, like, wobbles on its axis. And that's why a lot of people were like, nah, it's not a planet. It don't orbit around our sun.
Yeah.
It's just an asteroid. But no, it does. It just does it in a very strange way.
Its own special way.
So I'm going to say a little bit about the generational stuff. So Pluto is in Scorpio from 1983 to 1995. It has extreme power in Scorpio. It's like turmoil and revolution. And, like that's when the Berlin Wall like fell. The Soviet Union became
not the Soviet
Yeah, it
Union.
fell, and it was all about that.
Yeah.
And you can see kind of like the pattern. It falls, but then something comes of it.
Yeah.
So also in Pluto in Scorpio, that's when like drug trade became like a really big thing.
Awesome.
And since Scorpio is like all about sex and stuff like that, it brought like cloning and test tube babies to
And also
the
AIDS.
world. And AIDS. Yeah, that's
Woo!
when AIDS like started to become like a big ass thing. So that's pretty interesting. And then Pluto is in Sagittarius from 1995 to 1990 or 2007. I'm sorry. In 1995, if you were born there, January 17th to April 19th, that's when Pluto is in Sagittarius. And then November 10th through December 31st. I don't know if you're not in those dates. I don't know what your thing is because all I care about is 1997 when I was born. Anyways, just to be real. Pluto in Sagittarius is less heavy, and it's all about the truth being told, the tea being spilt. So this is when we saw like the only president to ever be impeached because of his affair. And
Bill Clinton.
it's all about like information age. This is like the information.
I love how Bill Clinton got impeached because of his alleged affair.
Yeah.
But Trump has had like a few.
But that's for another podcast.
Anyways.
So, and on top of this, Sagittarius is all about like travel. So it being in the information age, the like internet and computers became a thing, and so distance was nothing.
Yeah.
That's when that became a thing, and there was like a new spirit of friendliness to the world because Sagittarius is very, it's ruled by Jupiter, so it's really lucky and
Friendly. Optimistic.
and optimist, Sagittarians.
Yeah. I
Can't
get
relate.
it. Same.
Anyways, yeah, that's all the planets.
What a
We made it.
what an out of this world journey.
Get it?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was a lot. We did a lot of research to
to present to you guys.
yeah, because there's like a lot on all the planets. I mean, we can go on and on and on. So that's why this podcast is being posted late, because we just had to do our research and whatnot. But anyways, Andrew's yawning over there, so I'm pretty sure that we need to like stop podcasting. So thanks for hanging out with us for another podcast.
Honestly, it's nice
awesome.
having fans out there. It's great. It's just tearing up just thinking about it.
Yeah, if you're still listening, we appreciate you.
We love
a
you
lot.
guys. Now it's time for the after the show extra show. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's a lot.
Yeah. Maybe another time. With that, you guys, thank you for listening. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being awesome. We love you, and we'll talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.